A different language is a different vision of life. Life is a combination of magic and pasta. You exist only in what you do. There is no end. There is no beginning. There is only the infinite passion of life. Reality is good. Sometimes reality is better than the movies. It's easier to be faithful to a restaurant than it is to a woman. Don't tell me what I'm doing. I don't want to know. All art is autobiographical. The pearl is the oyster's autobiography. There is no such thing as an end. I know for sure that I can't promise you happiness, because I think happiness doesn't exist. Talking about dreams is like talking about movies, since the cinema uses the language of dreams. What is an artist? A provincial who finds himself somewhere between a physical reality and a metaphysical one. It's important to find something that you can lose yourself in. I'm a born liar. For me, the virtue of cinema lies in the illusion it creates. You have to live spherically, in many directions. Cinema is the most beautiful fraud in the world. Nothing is more honest than a dream. I always direct the same film. I can't distinguish one from the other. When I found myself alone, I began to design my world. The visionary is the only true realist. An artist is a liar, but his art always speaks the truth. I make pictures to tell a story, to amuse myself, to understand myself. Even if I set out to make a film about a fillet of sole, it would be about me. There is no other way to pursue happiness than by being yourself. Cinema, it's the greatest instrument of social revolution. Life is made up of small pleasures. Happiness is made up of tiny successes. No end to learning, ever. There's no such thing as coincidence. The public has lost the ability to make contact with the very essence of cinema. The cinema uses the language of dreams. If there were a little more silence, if we all kept quiet, maybe we could understand something. I don't believe in total freedom for the artist. Left on his own, free to do anything he likes, the artist ends up doing nothing. Never give up your right to be wrong, because then you will lose the ability to learn new things. The artist is the one who is allergic to the comfortable. The relationship between a director and an actor is like that of a seduction. I always wanted to try and tell the story of a human being. Life is made up of small pleasures. Happiness is made up of tiny successes. The artist must bow to the monster of his own imagination. I dream of a woman who dreams of me. No critic is ever wrong about something. He's just early in the game. The only way to learn is by living. Cinema is the most direct way to enter into competition with God. Reality is just a reflection of our own imagination. Life is a series of sensations connected to different experiences. If we lived by the illusions of the cinema, life would be unbearable. The most dangerous thing for an artist is a perfect work. The dream is the illusion of our subconscious desires. You have to live your life, not play someone else's version of it. Cinema should make you forget you are sitting in a theater. Happiness is simple, like a good meal. The most important thing is to be able to create your world and live in it. Life is too serious to be taken seriously. I think the essence of cinema is a deep emotion mixed with some humor. There is no real ending. It's just the place where you stop the story. Happiness is a fleeting sensation that's overrated. Life is like a movie. Sometimes it has a bad script, but you still have to play your part. The artist is not a savior. He is a seducer. Fantasy is a necessary ingredient in life. We can always be reborn as long as we are still alive. A film is a dream in which the world can become anything. The artist's job is to be aware of everything and not to look away from it. Art is the only way to run away without leaving home. A film is never really good unless the camera is an eye in the head of a poet. A film is the collective memory of a society. When you realize the beauty of a situation, you start laughing. In life, we all face difficulties, but we should find humor in the absurdity of it. When people ask me if I'm religious, I always say, I'm spiritual. Life is too short to take it too seriously. Everything in life is memory, except for the present moment. Life is like a box of memories that we carry with us. Life is a mixture of comedy and tragedy. Fantasy is a way of telling the truth without being too direct. You need a little insanity to make sense of life. A movie should make you dream. It's only through the surreal that we understand reality. The cinema reflects life better than a mirror. The artist's role is to make the invisible visible. The artist is not a leader. He is a poet. Cinema is the language of the soul. The artist must walk a tightrope between reality and imagination. Movies are the best way to express the poetry of life. Cinema is a way of seeing the world through someone else's eyes. The artist is a translator of emotions. Cinema is a mirror that reflects the world back to us. The artist must always question reality.